If you're not having a mental breakdown while playing EU5, you're not playing it right. Hello and welcome everyone, Lionheart here, and today we begin the grandest of grand strategies. It's time for Europa Universalis 5. Oh yes, we're diving on into a game whose predecessor, EU4, I had 74 minutes in, and I last played in 2018. It's gonna go great. We're stream recording this, and big thanks to Paradox for sponsoring this video. Really do appreciate it, and for the access to the game itself. So yes, I am diving on in with a brand new Let's Play, which is probably going to be a more of a let's learn to play, or rather, let's watch this guy learn to play. It's not really, I was about to say like it's a learn to play series, but I'm not sure you guys are going to learn much. Probably you'll learn what not to do playing EU5. So come along for the journey. Things are going to go wrong. Things are probably going to explode, implode. Rebellions, chaos, fire, who knows? Probably anything but what's meant to happen. But let's dive on in to what has been described as the grandest of grand strategy titles, and we're going to dive on in as the Kingdom of England. Now, there are some recommended countries to start with: Norway for politics, Castile for expansion, Holland for economy, Naples for politics, Hungary for economy, or the Ottomans for expansion. But we're not going to do any of those. We're going to play as England, because I kind of feel like that's going to be part of the learning experience for me, playing with a familiar geographical location as well. If I come out of this scratching my head going, I have no idea what's going on, then I may well kind of not like pause the Let's Play while we then dive in and start doing some of the learning stuff, playing as some of these recommended starts for a little bit, and then we'll come back to England. I don't know. I'm hoping that I can muddle my way through. I will be immensely thankful for any advice, tips and tactics that you guys have, either in the YouTube comment section or if you're watching it live on Twitch. Via the Twitch chat, I'll be kind of pausing regularly to absorb some knowledge, and there'll be certainly times where I go, how I do this, and hopefully my chat will actually help me rather than, you know, screw me over. But we'll see what happens. We do still get a bit of a learning tutorial with any faction that you go into the game, or any nation, as far as I'm aware. So that's what we're going to enable. So we'll dive on in. If you are enjoying the game, want to pick it up for yourself, then feel free to check out the link in the YouTube video description. Also probably be pinned to the top of the comment section as well. And let me know if you are picking up EU5, who you're going to play as first and what your first objective's going to be. Oh boy. Right, we're in. We'll take a look at the map, I guess, properly once we're into the game. But let's just go on over here and select this oh so lovely place, Kingdom of England. 1337. It's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. King Edward III Plantagenet, he's 24. He has got 80 administrative ability, 66 diplomatic, and 85 military ability. I mean, that all seems pretty good. I have no other benchmark of whether that is good or not. I mean, let's compare it to France. Oh, look, we're way better than the French. Perfect. Bohemia? Yep. Hungary? Yep. Castile? They're pretty good. I understand why they're the recommended start for expansion, as well as the Ottomans. Who am I looking for them? Ottomans. There we go. Yeah. Oh, whoa. 97. Hello. Yeah, they'll do it. What about the Byzantines? How are they? Good on diplomacy. The rest of it's kind of falling apart a bit. 100 is the max. Okay. So Ottomans being at 97. That's pretty crazy. The Golden Horde. Oh my. He's a big boy. The thing I still can't really get my head around is the fact that this is the whole world. And you will eventually be pushing on out and expanding to all the various places that can be explored and colonized and everything else, which is incredible. Honestly, like, part of me, when I understand this game at some point in probably about 50 years' time, will I still be? Hopefully, I'll still be alive. You know, I'd love to do like a New Zealand run at some point. Let's go. Do some stuff over here. That'd be great. Why not? Fun. Right, let's get this show on the road. Kingdom of England. I'm not going to pause to look at any of this stuff right now. What I am going to do, though, is go into the game rules, because if we want to do the kind of learning walkthrough tutorial thing at the start, we need to go to missions, and we need to change missions from disabled to enabled, and that's all we need to do there, and I'm not going to touch anything else here because I probably don't understand it. So I'm going to save that preset as number 1. And then we're going to start. So we're not playing Iron Man, so we can't have achievements. But hey, if I like this game, I can get stuck into it and I can learn to understand it. Maybe we'll do some achievement runs at some point. Here we go. I see a white light, Gandalf. Ah. The first of many menus. It begins. The first of many menus. Oh my days. Well, yeah, there's lots of stuff going on. I should just say briefly, in terms of content, we are going to be streaming and recording this each and every single week, unless I just get to a point where I just feel like I can't get into this game. But I'm really hoping that doesn't happen because I would really like to get stuck into EU5. I wanted to get stuck into EU4, but each time I kind of thought about it, I thought, oh, you know what, I'll just wait for the next game in the series to come out. And eventually, here we are at EU5. But yeah, very much the plan for the next few weeks is to stream and record this several times a week, edit up the recordings, basically just getting rid of any of the pauses, breaks, toilet breaks, me panicking, having a little breakdown, rocking back and forth on my chair, needing a hug from my family. You know, all those bits will be edited out and you'll just get gameplay, which probably for this first episode, place your bets now. At what time will I unpause? Probably accidentally. I'll just panic and hit the spacebar or something like that. But anyway, let's begin. I should say, obviously, if you are enjoying the content, wherever you're watching it, like it, comment it, feel free to even subscribe. Or if you're not enjoying it, give it a dislike. That's totally fine as well. Right, our agenda, the historical context of the Kingdom of England. The English crown is still reeling from a treacherous rebellion, which resulted in the underhanded murder of King Edward II just 10 years ago. I should say as well, I've exclusively changed the tooltip pop-up to be set to action lock, which is the middle mouse button by default. By default, it is set to either timed, where you hover over it and it will then lock, or action lock. But I like to just have it on action lock. It's something I'm familiar with CK3. Right, yeah, 10 years ago. Although the ringleaders were executed, several co-conspirators have been granted mercy in the name of peace. Meanwhile, his surviving son, King Edward III, has already proven himself to be a capable young ruler and is making bold designs on the French throne, a throne which is his birthright as the grandson of a Capet king. In the north, our misguided stooge, Balliol, weakly contends for the Scots crown, while our loyal vassals maintain a tight grip on the governments of Wales, the Pale, and Aquitaine. So those are our vassals. How shall we brave this turbulent years to come? Will we cross the channel and become a continental power, or look to the seas for global dominion? Relevant hints. There's a lot of them. What we're going to do is start the learning walkthrough. This walkthrough takes a few minutes, and it will present the basic mechanics of EU5. This walkthrough is skippable at any time. No, I need it, please. Welcome to EU5. Nearly 5 centuries of history are about to unfold before you. As the spirit of your nation, you have the power to choose how. You could conquer the world, develop your society into a flourishing utopia, or become an unrivaled economic power. Whatever you choose to do, history is yours to control. Where's the option that says you will see your empire burn and everyone die? Because I feel like we're currently 99% of the way there. Camera controls, WASD, scroll wheel, zoom in, out, tab. Ooh, that's nice. Ah! I got lost off the borders of the map. Tooltips. Game concepts are highlighted in blue and contain information about specific mechanics you might encounter within the game. We could, for instance, say that you play as a country. Aha! A country is a political entity that can participate in diplomacy. It has a government, primary culture, and a primary religion. You may control armies and navies to project its power, and I assume to protect its power as well. Every country is either settled, extraterritorial, army-based country, or a society of pops. Each country is played either by a human player or an AI. Yes. Hover over a nested tooltip. Ah, here we go. Yes, look at me. Look at me nesting, hovering tooltips. Boom. Your nation is the Kingdom of England. In EU5, you play as the spirit of the nation, an abstract representation of your country. You are currently playing as the Kingdom of England and a country with King Edward III as its ruler. Ah, look at him. Look at him. He's got a nice beard. Nice hair too. just actually wanted to look at. What's this? He's a tactical genius, and he's righteous. And his list of titles are King of England, Duke of Aquitaine, Prince of Wales, Lord of the Pale, Lord of the Lordship of Ireland, oh my, Regent of the March, Pembroke, Regent of Pembroke, Regent of Chester, Regent of Ulster. Okay. The top bar. Oh god, there's so much. It consists of a few different elements. It will stay here at the top of your screen from now on. It's like, no, please make it go away. Provided with an overview of your country. You may also note that there's a date at the top right. Yes, there is. The 1st of April, 1337. This is because the game plays out in real time. But don't worry, you are paused right now and nothing is going to happen. Good. Good. The leftmost section of the top bar displays your estates. Okay. Which are groups that hold power within a country. As a player, you're represented by the crown. Okay. These are my estates. Lords, clergy, burgesses, and yeomanry. Okay. The estate power, the English crown. Right. Okay. We will get back to estates later, but for now, keep in mind that every estate holds a percentage of the country's wealth and power and has a level of estate satisfaction that you can track. So, right. Right. I see. Current is 50%. Satisfaction equilibrium is at 49.99. What I'm hearing is, right, I mean, it's because we probably haven't unpaused yet. That one's at 58. We'll move towards. The speed at which it moves depends. Oh, right. So that's the. Oh, right. That's what it'll move towards. So it's currently at 50. It will drop by 1. Technically. I think that's kind of just like a UI placeholder almost thing. It's really important to focus on the color of the bar, not the number. Okay. Red is bad. Green is good. I'm assuming that's because it's over 50%. And I think people were saying that generally, as long as it's over 50%, like, take that as good. Those ones are all red technically because I assume it's technically dropping down by 0.1%. Whereas that one is good because it's over 50% at 58%, and it's holding there. They hold 17% of the estate power. The English lords hold 54%. The burgesses hold 5%, and the yeomanry hold 9%. So basically, it'd be catastrophic if the English lords rebelled. Not like that ever happened in English history. Oh, wait. It did. Distribution of power between estates will vary from country to country, with some countries having access to unique estates altogether. Okay, the top bar. Now let's take a look at the resources and statistics in the top bar. This is the middle section of the bar, which contains the most relevant resources you will need to keep track of while governing your country. You'll need to spend ducats. Ducats, that's a good word, isn't it? Ducat. Come here, ducat. For many actions in the game, from paying your soldiers to building up your cities, but truly the most important resource is your population, as they constitute the foundations of your politics, your economy, and your armies. Another particularly important number is your stability, a measure of your internal resilience that will help you keep your estates and population loyal, and you can use to influence the politics of your country. We will visit the rest of the numbers when they become relevant. For now, let's continue. Time. It plays out over the course of hundreds of years. You will see the current date in the top right corner of the screen. You'll also be where you can control the speed of the game. Time is divided into 6 different ages. Right now, we are in the Age of Traditions, which will end in the year 1342 to give way to the Age of Renaissance. Within each age, you will have access to new advances to research. As mentioned before, this game is currently paused, so you're not missing out on anything. Good. So it's Age of Traditions, Age of Renaissance, Age of Discovery, Age of Reformation, Age of Absolutionism, and Age of Revolutions. I wonder what could possibly happen there. Main panels. Let's take a moment to go over the basic elements of the interface, starting with the panels, the tabs at the top left. These are 8 different panels accessible from here, which you'll spend plenty of time in: the government, economy, production, society, diplomacy, military, geopolitics, and advances. Wonderful! And they have F keys matching them all. Nice. Hints. On top of the game concepts, you can find all across the game. Some key mechanics have associated hints that offer a more detailed explanation along with some suggestions. Hints can be consulted at any moment in the hint panel. Open the hints panel. Whenever you see this icon in a tooltip, clicking it will take you to the relevant hint. So those are lots of things. I also, in a minute, I think we should get a load of things underneath this top bar. And what I have been told is that they're in kind of in order of importance, from the left being the most important and stuff you really should deal with straight away, to stuff that's over on the right hand side being stuff that you can deal with in a little bit of time. And also color coded, which I'm assuming is here, right? Red being stuff I probably should sort out straight away. Yellow being stuff you can deal with in a little bit, and green stuff that you can sort out much later. There are so many things to deal with. Gameplay introduction. EU5 is a vast game. You really? No, it's a cute little cozy strategy game. Sit down by the fire, gather the children. Not at all. Not at all. It's a vast game that allows for countless different playstyles and possibilities. Regardless of whether you fancy yourself a ruthless conqueror, a shrewd politician, or an administrator endowed with the touch of Midas, then there are some fundamentals that every successful ruler needs to master. Let's have a look at them. I mean, broadly, I'm very much going to go at this from a military conquering primary focus. That's how I attacked Crusader Kings 3 broadly, because I found that the whole let's expand my realm by just Casus Belli, attack, Casus Belli, attack, Casus Belli, attack, rinse and repeat was a very straightforward and easy way to get in to one of the core elements of the game. So that's broadly what I'm going to try and attempt to do here. I know there's loads of automations that we can do, and we will most certainly be turning them all on when the game allows me to do so. Ducats. We're taking a look at the economy now. Oh boy. Well, I can understand this in that we are minus 8.49. Is that a, how often is that? Monthly. Right. Cool. I'm reading tooltips. Are you proud yet? Oh dear. They're one of the most important resources in the game. Most actions cost ducats, and very often your ability to impose your will as ruler, both outside and inside your country, would depend on the wealth that you're able to concentrate into your hands. The path to global domination is paved in gold and blood. Wonderful. My two favorite colors. Most of your finances are controlled from the balance panel. So let's have a look at that. I'm on it already. Cool. Right. Yeah, that's the one that I was like, where is it? I'm on it. That's good. Right. So, I mean, here we can see what we're getting. Oh, and can we adjust taxes on each individual bit? That's kind of cool. Is that a... Yeah, so that's kind of cool. So they've got a self-imposed limit. Why do I say self-imposed? That's the maximum tax, I'm assuming, through due technology or something. I should put that back down. Oh, no. I can't put it back to the exact amount. I'll drop it back one, because then, now we can see how that's going to affect their satisfaction. I'm learning intricate things. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely automate taxes. But that's nice that actually, diving in here, we can see how everything is linked. Obviously, it will increase the amount of gold I get, but it also will have a bigger impact on the estate satisfaction of the lords. And we can actually already see here that it's changing by 0.03 based on that change. So we're going to do that, and it's actually now going to be increasing by 0.20. Wonderful. Yes, I'm learning. I'm learning. The tax automation automatically moves your tax rate so as to make satisfaction to 50%. Yeah, because at 50%, they're like stable, right? Or that's when you get a, whatever the boon bonus, whatever it is, to get them working with you, right? So that will automatically change all of this as well, because we can actually see the yeomanry tax and the burgesses tax is already, that's what's causing, well, contributing to some of the upset there. in that it's going to drop down by a teeny tiny little bit. Inflation. Okay. And it changes monthly by 0.09. And inflation changes each month due to 2.14 silver being produced. And the base value for every country being 0.10. Okay, cool. Selling food and diplomacy. Is that we're getting a certain amount because there's a different thing. Oh, wow. Yeah, different fiefs. I'm going to look at this and go deep diving in here. There are different subject types. This is a fiefdom. Is a junior title that is the property of its overlord's ruler. This is exclusive for a monarchy of the same religion group. As the overlord, it enjoys increased efficiency of our cabinet, but it also becomes ruled directly by the overlord's monarch. Subject rules for that. Subject cannot cancel this relation on their own. Strength impact on overlord. Subjects can be annexed at a +1 progress each month. Subjects can only be annexed after 10 years. Right. So I was dabbling about before we dived in, and we actually saw that one of the vassals that I have couldn't be annexed for over 100 years. But obviously that wasn't a fiefdom. That must have been a dominion. Or maybe it was a vassal. So fiefdoms can be annexed after 10 years. I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing for us to do, but kind of just thinking early doors. First thing I may well look to do to consolidate the British Isles will be to slowly but surely turn everything natively into Kingdom of England. Annexing, or if I guess I have to, seizing territory where it makes sense to. Okay. Okay, I'm finding things. I'm working things out. 10 years is still a long time because the game ticks in hours, if I remember correctly. Okie dokie. And we can see all the rules. There is a lot of information, but it makes sense. We also got to see the... I lost my thought. We also got to see the efficiency boost to our cabinet. I was just saying, where did I go to actually see that in the first place? Minting is a primary way. I've heard that you can build up a lot of wool in England. That's quite a good way of doing it. Efficiency of subjects cabinet, not mine. Right. Ah, it was on... Subjects loyalty. Where did I... What? Oh, yeah, sorry. Deployment. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. That's it. So here I was just looking. Benefits for the overlord. Subject pays 20% of income each month to the overlord. And then benefit for the subject. Okay, so it's not the efficiency of my cabinet. It's the efficiency of their cabinet. Overlord spreads plus 50% embrace institutions to capital of the subject. Okay, so I give them some benefits as well. They're giving me 20% of their income. Let's have a look at the pale. So what's different here? So, right. Dominions can only be annexed after 100 years. Wow. Benefits for the overlord, though, of a dominion, at least for what we're getting here, what we're seeing, monthly prestige 0.01, subject spreads plus 50% of embraced institutions to the capital. Institutions are for what? Research? Advances? By the looks of it? Subject pays 20% of its income as well. Okay, so that has an extra bonus. And then for a... Let's see, what does the vassal do? Vassals can also be annexed after 10 years. And they also need 150. All of them need at least 150 opinion of the overlord to be annexed. Okay, so it's only dominions that take 100 years. Here we get embracing chill. That's only 20%. Okay. All right. Let's click the next thing. Balance. Oh, here we go. We're looking at stuff I've been looking at anyway. Here you can find the overview of your balance. The difference between your income and your expenses will be added to your treasury at the end of each month. You can manipulate the different sliders in this panel to modify your monthly balance. As we saw, the difference between your monthly income and expenses is also displayed in the top bar. Yeah, up here. Taxes. Most of the wealth in EU5 is generated on a monthly basis in the land you own, your locations. We'll talk about locations later. For now, you can hover over the tax base number on the top left corner to see the disclosure of the richest locations. That is where the ducats are being generated in the Kingdom of England. Ah, London. Nice. An historical tax base. In 1336, it was at 38.18. And it's now up to 68.18. So for these are our top, what? 1, 2, it's top 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're getting an additional plus 40.13 from 128 other locations. Nice. 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 Yeah, but London plus 8.16. Then Colchester plus 4. Ipswich, Boston, Hastings. Different things. That is a rural settlement. And that is a town. And London is, I'm assuming it's that because it's the capital. So it's a Pentagon. Cool. Taxes. Ah, you telling me to automate? Oh, I can oh, wow. So you can automate all taxes, I think. If we went over here. Probably. Oh. Yep. Oh. No, don't click things. We can automate all of them, or we can automate just individual ones. That's kind of cool. Or Pentagons aren't just capitals, they're cities. Okay. Automate taxes to all estates. Boom. The game's like, hey, we know you're going to face some trouble, so let's just get those things automated, mate. Let's just take this away from you a little bit. Okay? 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 Taxes do not go directly into your treasury. As the government, you only collect a fraction of the tax base by extracting taxes from your estates. You can set the level of taxation by adjusting the tax sliders in the budget panel. Notice how their estate satisfaction drops the more you tax them. Estates do not like taxes. No. Nobody likes taxes. Well, some people do. The maximum tax that you can set for each state depends on many factors like how powerful they are. Sometimes you might not be able to tax a specific estate at all. For now, we recommend that you automate your taxes by clicking the cog icon. That will tax them the just amount to keep their satisfaction over 50% as soon as you unpause the game. Boom. Monthly income. Aside from taxes, another significant source of income is minting. You can freely mint to your heart's content to fix your budget, but minting too much will create inflation. Oh no. You can learn about inflation in the inflation hint. Move the minting sliders to mint some shiny ducats. I mean, oh, like we can see how much it's like inflation's still not changing that much. I'd have to increase it a whole lot before it went negative. Make sure you're not creating inflation. I know I can drag it, but I just wanted to click the button. Yeah, let's leave it at 0. Right, monthly income. The other two most common sources of income are trade and food. Since these are more advanced concepts, we will not cover them for now. Okay. Cool. You can learn about them whenever you feel prepared. No, don't feel prepared. Unpausing? Oh, who had about 30 minutes into the game that we'd unpause? Because I think that's broadly where we're going to be at. It says unpause and let the numbers go up. Ah! Okay, numbers are going up. When does it skip to the next bit? When a month goes, I have to wait a whole month and then it will go to the next bit. Oh, what? Hang on. But we've got a thing already, game. Casus Belli. We have now been given a claim throwing Casus Belli on Chester. Cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war. They are insignificant compared to us, the earldom of Chester. Well. Well. Oh. Sorry, I'm doing the thing where I don't read it. It says unpause and let a month go by it. I just panicked because I was unpausing. All right? Shh. We don't read tooltips here. We probably should. It would actually be very helpful. Shh. Okay, go to. Hi, Chester. How you doing? Broadly, I've got a Casus Belli on you. You're a vassal. Cannot start a war before the 1st of May. Cannot declare war on our own subjects. I see. What can we do? I could seize your land, but then they would gain 20 liberty desire. Whatever that is. Let's leave that for now. And unpause again. Let's not stray from the tutorial. Yeah, welcome to the real learning experience for anyone diving into EU5 that hasn't played an EU game for either a while or much. Oh, sweet gods, look at my glorious income. Huzzah for automation. Yes. I don't know how we can get a Casus Belli for my own subject. Yeah, that seems sus. Yeah. If you're not having a mental breakdown while playing EU5, you're not playing it right. Well, we're nice and positive now. That's good. What have they done? We're not taxing the clergy at all. I'm assuming we probably can't tax them. Maybe. This has a following input. We gain some research progress by not taxing them, I guess, or by keeping their satisfaction high, rather. It's their satisfaction that's doing that, not the fact I'm taxing them. They probably have a thing where they take all the gold themselves. That's how the clergy typically became very rich, because they didn't necessarily have to give much of that to the king. I mean, one of the reasons why Henry VIII wanted to reform Protestantism, not only to get his marriage annulled, but also so that he could, well, claim the riches of the church. You don't tax them, but they give you research. It's almost like that was a whole thing, yeah. Yeomanry, they are producing lots. Lovely. Army maintenance isn't costing much. You want to make sure they're well maintained, one would assume. But at this stage, I'm assuming, we haven't looked at military, but I'm assuming at this stage, broadly, yeah, we don't have much. Manpower is for our professional soldiery, right? The rest of them are going to be like levies that we would raise up, which reflects broadly that there weren't a lot of standing armies at the time. Okay, good. 1 month has passed, and I'm still with it. I'm still alive. We're not dead yet. I feel quite healthy, to be honest. Right. You can now see the numbers have updated for your estates are contributing due to their taxes. Many calculations in this game happen at the end of a month. Let's have a look at expenses now. Monthly expenses. Many actions in the game cost ducats the very moment you perform them. But even when you are not actively spending your ducats, your balance has to bear the burden of regular monthly expenses. You can spend ducats on increasing stability and legitimacy, two of your most important stats that we saw at the top toolbar. We recommend you spend at least enough so that they do not decrease. Okay, yeah, stability. Yep. And legitimacy. This one. Legitimacy is increasing. Whoa, is total population. Look at that. That's fancy. Stability is, yeah, is holding. Cool. You spend ducat. Yep. The maintenance cost of your standing armies, navies, and active fortifications can become a significant hindrance to your balance. Reducing their maintenance during peacetime is a sensible idea. Okay, yeah. Adjust the budget sliders to end up with a positive monthly balance. And we've already got that because we've automated everything, which is good. Diplomatic spending. With a maintenance of 50%, we gain loyalty of subjects plus 15, diplomatic capacity plus 50, maximum diplomats plus 1.5, monthly diplomats 0.2. Okay. I don't think I need to touch any of that. Stability. All right, so if our stability is low, we can actually invest in that a little bit. I mean, I feel, is it terrible to want to put in a little bit of stability over time? But that doesn't feel like necessarily a bad thing. Put it on maximum. Oh, okay, that's not terrible. Pop join rebel threshold drops. Great power score +1. From positive stability, you estate satisfaction equilibrium. Okay, that boosts all of those. And the decay, like, broadly stays the same. Okay. I don't necessarily feel like we need to spend such huge amounts on it. I mean, let's get it so it's ticking up a little bit. Let's go so we've got at least, yeah, just under 10. Budget recap. Income and expenses, ducats, estates. But who are these estates, I hear you ask? And why do they not submit to your every whim? How dare they? The crown and its estates. Government. Oh my, look at this panel. Oh wow, you can just off here, you can just automate stuff. That's, I've got to admit, I'm very impressed at how customizable your level of interaction with the game is with the automation. Like, I knew there were various bits you could automate, but I didn't realize it was broadly down to so many different tiers and levels of it that you can just pick and choose what you want to do at various bits and pieces. Here you have the different groups that control the political power in your country, the estates. Each estate has a percentage of estate power as the embodiment of the nation. You are represented by the crown. Yes, at the top. Your crown power represents your ability to oppose the particular interests of your estates. Namely, it allows you to exact higher taxes, which increases... it allows you to exact higher taxes. It increases estate satisfaction and your support in parliament. It makes changing laws easier, and it provides a percentage of the profits of trade. Learn more about crown power in the crown power hint. So yeah, the more we can increase that, the more we can do, essentially, and the more support we have. The estates. Your estates can be powerful assets when managed correctly, but if displeased, can quickly turn into an insidious thorn in your back. On top of contributing to your treasury with taxes, estates are essential to the business of war, since you will depend on their levies to fight your wars until you can afford to replace them with regular regiments. Yes, which we will need manpower and ducats for to form a proper standing army. So yeah, we've got to keep them happy so that they give us loads of levies. I also remember reading from somewhere else or watching another video that you've got to kind of balance it up, because if you lose too many of your workforce, your levies, then there won't be as many people to work in the fields and farms. So that is a balancing act as well. If you take absolute horrendous losses in a war and lose loads of your levies, you'll also be losing a lot of your economic power for them working in the fields and farms. However, if they are disloyal, they might even start supporting rebellions against your power, potentially overthrowing your rule in a civil war. Finally, estates whose satisfaction is above 50% will provide different bonuses to your country depending on their type, while dissatisfied estates will inflict penalties. Okay. Estates can be granted privileges which usually increase both their estate satisfaction and estate power, and come with additional effects for your country and your people. Revoking privileges will both anger and weaken the target estate, although that can be a costly endeavour that will likely ruin your stability. Despite them increasing the power of estates and thus reducing your crown power, some privileges might align with your interests, granting a few privileges in times of need that can be a wise course of action indeed. If only to extinguish a spark of rebellion, no king can rule alone. Just watch me. No, we're definitely ruling via Twitch chat and YouTube comment deliberation. So that's if we want to give them a new privilege. So this would... Right, what does that... So that's saying estate power that has to be above 50% for them to have it? And that gives them satisfaction equilibrium? The cost is 5 legitimacy. Or it gives them, a modifier of plus 50% power, so they'll grow their power even more. Right. Right. Elite Council. That'll reduce stability decay. Gender impact for nobility. Feudal mercenary contracts plus 100%, but it will reduce higher mercenary premium costs by 20% and mercenary maintenance by 10%. You need to undermine the lords gradually to your benefit. Yeah, that sounds right. Nobility-controlled serfdom. Peasant food consumption. Right, so there's all bits and pieces that you can do to essentially react to problems that are going to arise as you play through, but it comes with the caveat that it's going to give more power to the lords, which means they are more likely to resist you imposing your crown power and your direct will upon them. Requirements for that not met yet. Those ones. Okay, well, I don't think I'm going to give them anything there. I can bribe the estate. It gives them 483 ducats, but will give them a plus 10% estate satisfaction modifier. Right. That's almost reminding me of the politics system in Rome 2, where you temporarily can improve their loyalty at great cost. I think it's starting to check which privileges they already have. Well, I'm assuming they don't have any, right? Oh, no, they do. Sorry. Yes, it's these here. I see. It's the ones underneath them. So they've already got land rights. So if I wanted to revoke it, that's why they're so powerful. I would have to spend that much stability to remove it. Wow. Yeah, not going to do that. So if I wanted to ever weaken their power over time, we'd have to get rid of a lot of these things, I guess. I don't know why I'd necessarily want to remove their power, but if I did, I'd need a huge amount of stability. Okay. Clergy. Force religious unity. Right. Market fairs. Formal guilds and the yeomanry. That's all giving them various bits of power, which is, yeah, why things are changing there. You can do it through parliamentary subterfuge. Okay. Cool. Social classes. Okay, so we can see the amount of population in each one of them. And of course, the largest one is the yeomanry, which thankfully, actually I was about to say they don't have the lowest amount of power, but they have the second lowest at 9%. And the lowest is burgesses at 5%, then it's the yeomanry. Aside from privileges, states derive their estate power primarily from the social makeup of the population. Population is divided into social classes, each of which supports a different estate. Laws are supported by nobles, clergy are supported by clerics, burgesses are supported by the burghers, and the yeomanry is supported by the peasants, labourers, and soldiers. Your population lives and dies in your locations. That is on the map. So let's take a look at them. I'm going to say, finally, can we take a look at the map? Nice. Zoom out to see the countries. See the counties rather. Where's countries, isn't it? Whee! I kind of just want to keep on zooming and take a look at the whole map, but that's, I'm assuming, yeah, we haven't discovered anything further than that. That's like the full sphere of our diplomatic vision, I guess. Very smooth, like zooming in and out. That's cool. Open a country panel by left clicking on a foreign country. Okay, France. Cool. Locked in by your area of influence. Okay. On the map. Countries are nothing without locations. Locations are the heart of the economy and the politics of any country in EU5. They produce goods and generate tax base, but they also home to the population of different social classes, religions, and cultures. Locations have 3 different location ranks: city, a town, and a rural settlement. Different location ranks have different social classes and buildings and modifiers. Zoom in to see the locations. Eee. Salisbury is a town. Windsor is a rural location. London is a city. We have a fort in Rochester. I'm assuming that's it, designating a fort in Windsor. So there's a castle, funnily enough. Nice. The map. The most important location for any country is the capital, which is London. You'll recognize it on the map with a golden star inside its location rank icon. You can double click your flag in the top bar to move your camera to your capital. There we go. Click on your capital, London. It looks lovely. What have we got here? Alright, cool. It tells us our topography, climate, vegetation, and coastal, I guess, region, coastal location within inside of it. And we have our harbour capacity there as well. Control groups. Control 1 to assign a control group. So I can press that and it will just open the City of London whenever I want. Nice. Cool. Location. Location panel, social classes. Here we go. So much in this. There is so much going on everywhere. Okay. As we just saw, pops will increase the state power of their respective estates. The amount of pops of each social class depends mainly on the buildings present in the location. Buildings can be built by you or your estates, and they need to employ a specific social class in order to function. When a building is built, peasants will promote to the necessary social class to fill them. Some buildings produce goods, which can then be sold on the market and generate tax base of the location. RGO. Not all locations have buildings at the beginning of the game. Every location specializes in producing one specific good in their resource gathering operations, or RGO. That is a special type of building that employs laborers to produce raw goods. Very much like buildings, RGOs sell their goods to the market of the location to generate a tax base. At the beginning of the game, most of your tax base will come from the production of your RGO. You can learn more about markets here. Location tax base. As we have seen, the added benefits of buildings and RGO constitute tax base of a location. Tax base is then collected by the estates according to their presence in the location. Remember that you can only end up receiving a fraction of those ducats in the form of taxes. Okay, so for instance, total tax base in London adds up to 7.57, of which 1.57 is from your estates. Okay, so that's what we get. Right. Total amount taxed. Yeah, because the lords, we have that tax rate. That tax rate of them, yeah, which is reflected if we went back to economy, I would assume. Yeah, set back to 14% there. Yep, cool. Okay, that all makes sense. Oh, that's a nice little screen there, isn't it? Buildings and RGO in your locations employ POPs to create tax base. The tax base is then divided among your estates, which then in turn provide you with taxes and levies. And the amount of taxes that you get from them are derived from what you've got set in your economy. Cool. Should screenshot that. It's quite useful, actually. I'm going to screenshot that. Next. Control. However, not all locations are equal under the sun. Let us discuss one of the most important stats of a location. Control. Among other things, control determines the amount of wealth in a location that is actually usable by you or your estate. In other words, the tax base of a location is scaled by the percentage of control you have over it. So you want to maximize your control because, again, similar to like Crusader Kings, if you don't have maximum control or top tier of it, you're not going to get as much tax out of it. The control of the location is directly dependent on the proximity to your capital. This is why your capital is one of the most important locations. It will always have high control. That means that buildings and RGO in your capital will always contribute the most to your wealth of your estates and your country. So I did hear one or two, I was reading some other messages in the kind of creator Discord that Paradox have for EU5. And what a lot of people are saying there is like the basis of when you're building, you want to build from your capital out because they're going to have, you know, higher levels of control the closer they are to the capital, which is going to make sense because that will then contribute to higher amounts of tax that you'll be able to actually access. It should be more efficient that way. Map modes. Oh, right. I need to click on this again. Sorry. Control. Oh, look at those numbers. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, it's broadly green in and around London, but the further out you go, not so much. And basically the north is, well, the north. Sorry northerners watching. Cornwall apparently is not having any of it. This is why roads are good. Okay, I'm assuming that probably means that building roads helps spread control quicker. Yeah, control is affected by proximity. So if you increase the ability for them to travel to somewhere faster, yeah, that's going to increase the effect of proximity. That makes sense. Okay. Map modes. You are now on the map of the distribution of control across your land. Notice how the control tends to decrease the further locations are from the capital. Due to control, locations in the periphery of the domain will not be nearly as useful, at least not without proper infrastructure in place. While on this map mode, you can click on other countries to see their control displayed. Okay. How's France doing? Oh, terrible control around here. So with that also, I wonder, assume then broadly control also spirals down, cascades down, in that if you see areas with low control, are they slightly more ripe for you to come in and conquer or for you to sow dissent? Potentially. Let's have a look at proximity map mode. Okie dokie. Click that one and then click that one. Oh, sorry, wrong one. There we go. Proximity. Right. Proximity map mode shows how far away locations are from your capital in practical terms. You may notice that proximity spreads further along the plains and rivers and is severely hampered by mountain ranges or forests. Indeed, topography and vegetation play a very important role in the calculation of proximity, and so does the presence of human-made infrastructure like roads or ports. Clicking on different locations while in this map mode will show the path that they're using to reach the capital. Right, so doing it coastally. So more ports or more direct roads would help all of these. That's why Cornwall hates us. They will take a long ferry. Ripon's just like, no, we're never going to London. Screw it. It's just that bad. They just won't go there. Those will go, yeah, locally. Okay. Map modes. Feels like, I don't know, like, is it viable just to sit and play tall in this? So obviously there's a lot of exploration and expansion you can do, but can you actually play tall in this? Feels like there's lots of opportunities to do so. Because it feels like I could spend literally ages optimizing England to be a haven of optimal proximity and wealth. You don't need to engage with at all with other countries. Isolated England. Coming to a future near you. Maybe. Let's hope not. Control Q. Roads. Ah, yes, roads would be lovely. A road builder. Huzzah! Oh god, why? Clicking something. No, okay. Oh, god, oh, have I just built that? Yes. No one wants to let the no, we can't let them out of the north. I mean, it's hardly the north, it's Coventry, but you know. Open the London panel. Yes. London. Roads. Any neighbouring... Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have a direct road to the closest region to where I actually live, Chichester. God, 239 ducats. You are having a giggle. We're going to go through Harrow, Woking, and Basingstoke. Left click on any neighbouring... Oh. Yeah, sorry. It won't let me do Chichester. It's too far, I think. Oh, it's Barking or Chelmsford that I need to do. My bad. Sorry, tutorial. It's barking mad, really, isn't it? Right. Bravo, the road is now under construction. It will take some months to finish. 56 days left. Okay. It tells you the goods needed as well. That's cool. And how much is available. That's cool. Tutorial says no. Tutorial says you can't go home to Chichester. No, not allowed. Rude, really. But here we can see the effective control. There's lots of like really bad... Yeah, we like just optimize... I feel like you could spend... Maybe that's what we'll do in all these hundreds of years that apparently the game's going to take. We'll just slowly but surely sort England out. I mean... So... to be fair, and this is going to be a very niche problem, but if anyone knows the stretch of motorway between Portsmouth and Southampton will know that for the past about 10 to 15 years, they have been doing continuous roadworks to apparently improve that one stretch of road and all the junctions there. How it has taken 15 years to apparently do nothing, I do not know. So people of England, I will sort out the roads between Portsmouth and Southampton as a matter of urgency. By the gods. Right. Once it finishes, proximity in the target location will improve accordingly, and you will see its control rise. The construction of buildings, RGO, and regiments work very similarly. They cost ducats, require some goods from the market, and take some time to complete. He said gods burn him. Sorry. Oh yeah, I'm gonna print all these off somewhere and just keep them all. These are quite nice little bits. So if you have roads and harbours, that improves proximity, which improves control, which will also improve crown power, tax base, and the amount of levies that you can draw. Cool. I'm understanding things. Just don't make me open another one of these things that we haven't opened yet, because I'm probably going to cry. You got caught in the diverter and had to turn... Mate, I went to go see some friends in Winchester. I got caught in the diverter, past Winchester, and added an extra 25 minutes to my journey before I could even turn around. It's a good thing. I honestly, like, it blows my mind how it can take 15 years to do literally nothing to that stretch of motorway. I feel like they have relayed the same bit of motorway at least 30 times, and still nothing has happened. Blows my mind. Okay. So proximity and control are among the most important mechanics to master in EU5, and I think I've got now an understanding of the basics there. That makes sense. Your crown power, tax base, and the size of your levies will directly depend on the control you have over your locations, which in turn depends on their proximity from your capital. This means that laying out roads from the capital is paramount to all countries, big and small. Aside from roads, proximity can also propagate by sea, although doing so efficiently requires good harbour capacity and maritime presence. Okay. Outliner is over here. This is things that you want to keep an eye on, right? Before we finish, let's go over a couple of extra UI elements that you need to know, starting in the outliner. The outliner offers an overview of what is going on in your country. For instance, you can see that the road you just built is under the construction group. Oh yeah, my constructions. Nice. Cool. Gonna take 56 days. Government, we have empty cabinets, so we should probably try and fill those at some point, but we'll come to that in a minute. We'll come to that in a minute. Pin, open the context menu. What? The contents of the outline are highly customizable, much like control groups. You can pin large variety of things to the outliner, such as countries, markets, or armies. To do this, nope. Oh yeah, I can pick more things through there. Cool, cool, cool. Missions, economic. Oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. Missions, that'll be good. That'll teach us the basics, right? Right-click somewhere on the map and then look for a star icon. Yeah, we're going to choose Chichester because that's where I want to build a road to next. Pin it. Nice. Automation. Nicely done. You'll be able to access everything you have pinned on the right-hand side of the screen. We are almost at the end of this introduction, but help! There's so many more panels! To help you focus on the part of the game you're interested in most, we have automated some features according to the playstyle you picked. When did I pick a playstyle? For inside this panel, you can control which aspects of the country your game will manage for you. For now, we recommend that you stick to what has been set. Go back to this panel when you feel comfortable with the basic features. Optionally, you can decide whether you want to automate advances and your own cabinet or leave them manual. You can learn more about these features from the hints. Right. Ah! God! Alerts! That's if you pick a recommended nation, yeah, probably. Yeah, because they focus on expansion, politics, economy. Probably. Another important element that you will be using during your campaign is the alerts. They will appear underneath the top bar and inform you of a variety of matters that will eventually need your attention, sorted by their level of urgency from most urgent red to less urgent green. So yeah, from left to right. And then there's some blue stuff in there. New missions. Nice. Note that you will not get alerts related to parts of the game you have automated. Most alerts have a related hint that helps you address it. You can shift-click on alert to open the corresponding hint. Agenda. This button. Yep. Cool. Lastly, we recommend that you have a look at the agenda at the beginning of every game, where you will find a little bit of historical context for the country. We read it already, and a collection of those hints, the most relevant to your current situation. On to missions! We are now at the end of the basic walkthrough, and it's only taken an hour. We advise you to proceed by embarking on a mission path of your choosing. Depending on your selected play style, missions will offer you different goals and rewards to guide you through the initial steps of EU5. When selecting a mission, you will first receive a brief explanation that will expand your knowledge on the part of the game experience. Good luck, and may your nation prosper through the tides of time! Government. Missions. I'm going to choose expansion. Nice. Ha 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 ha. Sweet. Military. Right. In here, you will see an overview of your armies. In the event of a war, armies can be moved across the map to engage enemy armies and occupy enemy locations. Armies are comprised of regiments of 3 different types. Levies, which are raised from your population through your estates and are generally weak but cheap to maintain. Regulars are your professional soldiers that you need to pay and train and require manpower. Mercenaries can be hired with ducats to die for your country, so long as you keep paying. At the start of the game, most countries will primarily rely on the levies from the estates to wage their wars, but as time progresses and advances are made, you'll shift to more professional regiments which require manpower. Navies are the naval equivalent to armies and follow a similar path with naval levies and professional ships requiring sailors. Okay. Manpower. We should talk a little bit more about manpower. As mentioned, regular regiments require manpower to be recruited, but also to be reinforced if they suffer casualties. Manpower comes from military buildings that employ soldier pops. Early on, you can generate manpower by constructing sergeantry buildings through the production panel, but you will gain access to more sources as you discover new advances. Okay. Casus Belli. Now that we've covered armies and navies, we should talk more about war and casus belli. When a war starts, when a country issues a declaration of war upon another one. A war can be declared for a legitimate reason known as a casus belli, which will make the peace negotiations easier for you. Going to war without a casus belli is still very possible, but you'll have a bigger impact on your stability and the opinion of your neighbours. The best way to obtain a casus belli is by requesting one from your parliament through the government panel. Creating spy networks in a foreign country will also allow you to fabricate a casus belli on them, if you have cores in their land or if you are rivals. Okay. When declaring war, keep in mind that your enemy's allies and subjects will likely enter their side. Okay. Every war is won through the accumulation of war score, which can be gained by winning battles, managing to occupy enemy locations, and most importantly by achieving the war goal. Every war is fought with a war goal, which depends on the casus belli of the attacker. A war has 2 war leaders, both of which can have multiple war allies. Ultimately, a war will end once both sides agree to a peace treaty. Or you can occupy enemy territories during the course of a war. They will not actually change hands until the war is over and a peace treaty is ratified. That ratifies the transfer of ownership. Okay. War exhaustion is up here. The war exhaustion of England. While at war, you will accumulate war exhaustion. If it gets high enough, your armies and levies will do worse in battle and your population will start to decline. The best way to lower your war exhaustion is to be at peace. That said, there are certain laws and estate privileges that will reduce war exhaustion over time. Okay. I like this as well. This is good. The new land you conquer will not be useful to you immediately. Remember, you need control. Yeah, so we'll need to then go in and think about roads, proximity, harbours, figure out the best way of getting them linked back to the capital to further improve their control, which will then in turn help crown power, tax base, and levies. Nice. So actually, yeah, it's pretty much like the whole warfare side is very similar to CK3, which is good. Furthermore, conquered land will suffer heavy penalties until you integrate it with a cabinet action. For this reason, it is often wise to create a subject. Right. So that's why I need. That's why I assume we start off with stuff like Chester and Arundel. Why is Arundel held separately there? The March, Powys, Wales. That's why they haven't been absorbed in, because I assume they need to be integrated with the cabinet action. And that's why they've, well, heavy penalties until you integrate it with the cabinet action, which is why they've instead been turned into subjects to rule the land on your behalf. Yeah. Cool. Geopolitics. Oh, goody. Eventually, and especially during the Age of Discovery, many countries will start their exploration efforts. From this panel, you can see an overview of your exploration opportunities as well as any suitable land for colonization, provided that you have the means to reach it. You will gain colonial range if you research the appropriate advances. The other tabs of this panel are useful, also contain useful information about the land you rule. You can view the various provinces within your own country as well as the diseases present in the world. If you own any coastal locations, you'll also be able to see a list of sea zones relevant to you, maritime presence you have in them, and the dangers of pirates and privateers. Lastly, let's check out missions. That's what I thought we checked, but it was a mission to check the missions. Wow, okay. So, start an expansion mission. Oh, you just completed the expansion playstyle intro, which means you now have access to the missions that will help you deep dive so you can utilize them all. Well, let's do some regional expansion, I think. Completion criteria. Our kingdom has expanded its territories. Okie dokie. Ah! What? Okay, wrapping up. Nice. Now you have a few missions that are accessible to you within the missions tab. Once you finish all missions for your playstyle, you'll be prompted to take a walkthrough similar to this one in another playstyle. Cool. Good luck out there. There is so much going on, and this is just like the introduction. Am I now let loose? Is this it? I think we finally started playing the game. It's been like an hour and 10 minutes. Nice. What a part one this will be. I mean, this one's going to be at least like an hour and a half. In part two, we do more stuff. There's like 10 mission trees. Sweet. I mean, it's going to be a learn to play session. However we do it as we go through, figuring stuff out. Right. Raise a war chest. This task will take 365 days to complete. I mean, this game is reading things, right? Obtain a casus belli. Integrate our conquest. Fortify the border. Conquer a province to war. Okay. I mean, I feel like we've already got a reasonable war chest, right? Although maximum tax plus 10%. We are now aiming to achieve this task. Our steward reports. Cool. Can I do multiple? Ah! We have done it. Raise a war chest is currently in progress. Okay. This game is basically reading Excel spreadsheets and we love it. It's likely best just to go through the missions, yeah. Don't forget, you have a small war coming, though. Oh, yeah, like this little thing called the 100 Years' War or so. I hear it's pretty chill. We've got 11% through it already. I do already have a casus belli, don't I? Where do I go to check it? Is that why I've already got one? So that's saying I've already done it, right? Yeah, already completed. To do that, do I need to also raise my requirements not met? Have at least one of these. I don't have any of those. Do I need to unpause again? Or is it because I've got the war chest one active? So what have we got here? We got our first army, which is, yeah, always raised. Footman, King Zone. Ah, I can name it. Nice. Sweet. Do I want an explanation of how regiments work? Probably not yet, but I can see based off of those two already that that one is set in the center and that one is set to the left flank. We won't worry about that yet because there's loads of stuff in here. Let's click off that menu because that looks scary and full of stuff. Non-integrated provinces. Let's take a look. Shift. Hint. Here we go. I mean, the game is about teaching you a lot of stuff, right? Which is pretty useful. Conquered locations need to be integrated. Recommended. Instruct the cabinet to integrate a province from the government panel. If our cabinet cannot keep up with our conquest, consider creating a subject to rule the land in your stead. You can do that from the diplomacy panel. Okay. I need to assign my cabinet, don't I? Huh. Okay, let's not do a new cabinet action, because I don't have anyone in there. I should probably appoint someone. Oh, it's going to cost me money to... Oh, of course it costs me money. Oh, my days. So, what do we want in here? Cabinet efficiency is not so good. I guess it depends what we want to achieve, right? Based on then what we'll want them to do based on diplomatic endeavors or military stuff. We want to integrate a province, don't we? So I'm assuming having someone with high military is going to help with that. Administrative ability, diplomatic ability, and military ability. Think of a cabinet as your CK3 council, except everyone can do every action. Yeah, I want to improve control and integrate. Yeah. So I feel like control that's going to be through administrative stuff, right? And then military ability. So that action in the game will suggest... Oh, okay. So set the action first, and then it'll tell me... Okay, that's cool. Integrate a province, please. Ah. This one up here! Tiviotdale. I did a thing! I'm playing the game! I'm doing the thing! Our cabinet has been assigned to integrate a province. When we have conquered a province, we need to integrate it before it will be part of our country. If it does not become integrated, the pops will, and the province may rebel. Okay. Berwick. Integration at 0.07. It should be done by the 1st of February, 1345. Right. Let's pippity pop someone in here. Is it not going to recommend someone to me? Oh, what's this? He's an embezzler, an intricate web weaver, and well connected. The guy at the top is always the recommended one. Okay. It's sort of based on skill for military. Oh, it's automatically going to flip to the one that's relevant to the task. Because it is a military one. Okay, I'm with you. I'm reading more of the things now. It's good when you reread. Let's pop in Sir Ralph Neville. Yes, in you go, Sir Ralph. Have a lovely time. That is now going to be done on the 1st of July, 1343. So we've shaved off like 2 and a bit years. Don't put your best military in there, though, to do it, because they can be commanders. Ah. Cool. Right, what else? Let's just, before we do another cabinet action, what else have we got? Underage heir, unprofitable buildings, rebel movements. Pops will join rebel movements when their pop satisfaction falls below their pop join rebel threshold. Yeah, makes sense. Drops below the threshold, they join it. Rebel movements will gain progress towards open revolt every month depending on their support. When reaching 100% support, they will start a revolt or a civil war. The most frequent reasons for rebel support are low stability, discriminated cultures and religions, and angry estates. Keep stability and legitimacy as high as possible. Use the rebel crackdown cabinet action to stop the progress of an impending rebellion. Move an army to a province with unhappy pops. The presence of the troops will make them more understanding. Ultimately, increasing the satisfaction of the rebellious pops is what matters most. Make sure Most numerous cultures in your country are accepted or tolerated. Ensure the rebelling pops are able to buy as many of their pop needs as possible from their market. Keep the state of satisfaction high, since that impacts the satisfaction of all the constituent pops. Okay. Are we able to see? So what are they? They are at... Monthly change is 0.38%. So... Monthly change is due to the base value for every estate, nationalism, and from 13.92 ducats due to lack of control. Can we see where they are? Because I'd want to obviously target the regions where they're most focused, or is it they're just that's the total, right? Ah. Now we can see the support. Right, they're all in Berwick. There we go. We just had to click the thing a bit more. Right. So, right. Oh, they're shouting and screaming. They're angry. This is due to lacking in wine, fur, medicaments, furniture, jewelry, yeah. And the fact they've just been conquered. So if we integrate them, I'm assuming they'll be okay. If pop satisfaction is below 15%, the pop will join a rebel. If it will become loyal again if satisfaction rises above 29%. Okay. Right, back here. Let's do another cabinet action. And, I mean, I think we should probably focus on getting improve more control. I mean, we could do rebel crackdown if we wanted to. I don't think they're a big threat right now. Stabilize the country for a small amount, strengthen the government, monthly legitimacy. We've already got all that improving apart from prestige. Don't think we need to worry about that too much. So, yeah, let's increase province control. Maybe it's set alphabetically. So let's set Middlesex, and there's Essex, Suffolk. We probably, I feel like, again, spiral out from the capital to improve things and maximize everything. Probably want to focus on the ones that have higher pop groups, because then they'll net in higher income. How much is Surrey? Only 53,000. So it should be driven by tax base and proximity. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, Essex has still got a couple of patchy bits here. So I feel like if we focus on that, that's not a terrible one to start with. So let's go for Essex. And then we'll appoint a cabinet member in here. And that's doing it via administrative ability. He's not particularly good at military, so I don't feel bad about popping in Sir Thomas Aberoff in here. Because the next thing we're probably going to do is assign a commander to our army. So that makes sense. There's lots of like individual little modifiers and stuff that we can do there, but that makes sense. I like it. Right, let's close the hints for a moment. I saw a bit about lack of commander. I can command them myself. I will lead the men to battle. How bad is that on a scale of we probably shouldn't do this too? Hi-ho and away. I mean, I can dye my areas under age. Yeah, that's pretty bad, isn't it? Let's click sort by the ability of your character. So it's not all just on the, well, surely military. What is the general ability of the character? It's just the overall, right? That's sum of all skills. We want maximum military. Captain Eric of Oakham, a ruthless blockader. He's good for an admiral. Then it's me. Then it's Captain Peter of Spalding. He's also an admiral. Sir Miles Stapleton. He's 17. Sir Miles Stapleton. My navy. We will pop in Captain Andrew of Lynn. God, he's really good at diplomacy, isn't he? Do you mind about it? Naval morale? Oh, we can see how that affects everything. Damn. Oh, so I like how these shift to affect just the specifics. Yeah, damn, that's really good. Andrew of Lynn, in you go, mate. Right. Form a new country. Select a capital upgrade. Country upgrade. Reform into a republic or a theocracy. We can become an empire. Wow. Cool. No, we're not going to do that. Right. I mean, there's so many things I can click on. Can I mean, I probably should go automation. I feel like we're going to automate trade. We're going to automate buildings. When automate, yeah, they won't build anything until we got over 1,000. RGO, let's automate RGO construction. I'll leave all the rest. I want to manage research, laws, government reforms, parliament, cabinet, estates. Yeah, we'll leave that for now. Cultural acceptance, leave all that. And yeah, I mean, I think the rest of it is broadly stuff I can interact with as and when I need to. I think the fine intricacies of like trade and building right now, we don't need to worry about. Balance, I think that's okay because we did some automation in terms of automating the taxes on the various tax rates. So I think that's okay for the time being. Underage heir is a mere child of 6, but his Royal Highness cannot become the ruler until he's an adult. We may be ruled by regency. Okay, what are you trying to tell me here? If our ruler were to die before his heir comes of age, we'll find ourselves in a regency. Depending on circumstances, a member of the most powerful estate will assume the reins of government, significantly increasing their estate power for the duration of the interregnum. Recommend actions. There is little you can do about it other than letting time pass and mayhap avoiding risking the life of our ruler in needless pursuits, unless, of course, our ruler happened to be of a particularly incompetent kind. Give him a pricey education. Oh, yeah. What have we got here? Balanced education. Ability increase during education. What's he currently got? Oh, he's currently got balanced, right? So we can change it to... Oh, cool. From balanced to administrative, to diplomatic, military. Or we can give him an expensive one, which is just all of his abilities increased by, well, like 0.75. Should we be nice to him? It will cost 250. What? What? That's spenny. Too expensive with 100 Years' War on the horizon. That is very true. Got to think long term. He is the next king. Okay, I'm going to let Twitch do probably the first of many potentially terrible court decisions for me. And this is something I'll say as well. Those watching this on YouTube, do let me know about kind of like some short and long-term goals you think I should be investing in, and we'll maybe end up polling them during the streams. So if we could have a quick 1-minute poll on Twitch right now to decide whether we leave our heir on a balanced education for now, or whether we switch him to an expensive education, bearing in mind that, yes, the 100 Years' War, I assume we'll get a nice big old alert about that in a few minutes, and that will most certainly cause trouble for us, and we'll need all the gold that we can possibly get for that for funneling into the military. But should we splash for our youngest right now, or should we go, screw that? Well, despite some of the warnings of other members of the chat, like saying that the 100 Years' War coming up might cost us a fair bit, chat have said they want to see our son and heir go for an expensive education. So boom. Only the finest things in life. Expensive education. Boom. Nice. I'm sure nothing will go wrong here at all. I'm going to blame each and every one of you when this all goes absolutely tits up. He is shrewd. Okay. Cool. Well, good luck, mate. Don't die. Is there anything else or like really unprofitable buildings? I'm not going to worry about that just yet. Underage air, I can't do anything about that, so we can skip that for now. Possible rivals. Right, they are no match for us. We are slightly weaker than them. That's Kingdom of France. Okay. Removing France as a rival. Oh. So what? Let's have a look at the tooltip. Nest it. Hang on. No, I want to see what does a rival do. A rival country cannot will not accept friendly treaties like alliances, but countries with common rivals will have an easier time signing treaties between them. A rivalry is not reciprocal, meaning that it's not necessarily not automatic for a country to rival back the ones that have rivaled it. Okay. A country that's declared another as its rival is known as its enemy. Only countries with similar great power score and not very good opinion can be declared rivals, and the maximum number of rivals country can have depends on its country rank. Okay. Just remove France so it's not a rival anymore, yeah. I mean, we don't... They're our war enemy, but we're not at war yet. But they would be if we went after them, I'm assuming. Kingdom of Scotland, they've got a civil war going on right now, so I'm not going to worry about that. We can have one more country as our rival. Spy network construction, monthly progress to conciliatory. So we are already rivals with them, so we could choose another nation right now to be a rival. I don't feel like we need to have another rival. Yeah, saying we've got 2 of 3, so let's clear that. Possible reforms. Okay, I haven't looked at reforms yet. What have we got? Oh, we've got Magna Carta. We've got Magna Carta. Which gives nobles more power, plus 20%. Parliamentary base support, plus 10%. Monthly progress to free subjects, 0.10. Monthly progress to individualism, 0.10. Assuming that's research. Change government reform. So I could change it for 20 stability, which we want to do. Yeah. Or we can remove it for the same amount, or we can add another reform, can't we? Food production haven't really looked into. Not going to worry about it just yet. Diplomatic traditions. Enforce religious adherence. At least 50 spiritualists. 50 towards spiritualist. Trade office network. Foreign building costs reduction, diplomatic range, trade range increases, autocracy, crown power plus 10%. Change to a new government reform, but won't that cost, does this cost me stability to enact a new one? Not if you have a free slot. Okay, yeah, I mean, I feel like autocracy, more crown power, because that'll let me do more stuff. So let's do that. Concentrate power in the hands of the ruler. The state is often seen as their personal property. It's not uncommon for rulers to have ministers and supporters. But these are then referred to as members of the royal household. Okay. Oh. That changed it from Magna Carta. I thought I was adding a new one to it. Uh-oh. Yeah, and I now lost stability. I clicked the right thing, damn it. Right, we've just tested something out, and for whatever reason, it flipped that to autocracy, even though it totally shouldn't have done. It takes 730 days to fully implement. Ugh, I didn't really want to lose Magna Carta because it's now upsetting them. We've lost it. We can add it back in. We've got autocracy, but we now should. It shouldn't have switched it because we had a free slot, so I don't know why. So we can either put Magna Carta back in, Or we can do something else. Noble estate satisfaction equilibrium. Loyalty of subjects. That feudal nobility seems like a pretty good one to have in there instead. I feel like we're just going to have to roll with the game punches here. So... Unless Magna Carta is incompatible with autocracy, maybe. Yeah, I'm going to go feudal nobility. Pop it in. So let's hope that that solves things. Underage, yeah, I've already clicked that way because we reloaded. We didn't have an earlier save to go back to, apart from the start of the game. No current research. Okay. Is that the only research we've currently got? I'm assuming so. Starting the game by ripping up the Magna Carta. Yep. Welcome to Lionheart Plays EU5. Was the music off before? No, I think it had finished because we've been like playing for like an hour and 40. Whoa, there is so much in here. What is this? So many things. That's been unlocked. Okay. That's been researched. Okay. Have all of them been researched? Oh, it's over here. Ah, right, yeah, so that one is the... I can't do that because it's not in the research queue. Requirement's not met. Okay, so yeah, all we can do is that one. That's the full tree, but that is the first one we can actually do, I think. And then from that, we can go into the other bit. So that one lets us see all the branches. Go across. Why it doesn't open on the ones we're currently doing, I do not know. Okay, institution growth, classical Christianity. I feel like if I focus on institution growth, that's going to be what, more research, right? So if we get more of that, equity institutions, countries embrace them, unlock new advances. So just go like rush research. I think that's okay. Yeah, and then we can we queue that? Oh yeah, so queue that as our next one. Cool, nice. Okay. Happy with that. Possible diplomatic actions. Yeah, there's a lot we could offer some alliances. Oh, good God. What is this? Look at this map. New map. Right, can I see your strength? Army size. I mean, I don't actually know if you're going to properly help me or not. The Low Countries have got some good... army levies. Can muster regulars and army levies. Don't know if we should ally to you or not. Propose royal marriage. Lady Elizabeth Plantagenet. Oh my. Would that also, does that secure an alliance or does that just increase the chance of it being accepted? I'm sure I want to just do it with a load of counties. Brabant. Let's not do that. Let's leave that for now. Laws are not codified. Okay. Come again. What do I want to do here? Precious metal distribution. No active policy. I don't feel like I need to do this. Ban exports of gold. Yes. Yes. Income from minting is increased a fair bit with that. Precious metal distribution. We have no active policy. Limited exports. So we just want, or we can just regulate exports to increase trade efficiency. That feel. Oh, right. It's all going to cost gold. Let's not do any of those right now. We're not going to worry about rivals. We need to raise a war chest. That's our mission panel, isn't it? We've got ticking on over. This will be achieved by then. Raising the army. We have at least 75% of the expected men in the army. Our common states have common militias. At least one of these. Oh yeah, we've got a character, general. Nice. And welcome. Thanks. We have no allies. Do we need an ally? Let's unpause the game. Oh, there we go. I did it. The game is running. When doth the 100 Years' War kick off? Common militias is good for army strength, but it annoys the nobles. Okay. About a year or so. Okay. Well, let's just run and see how things go. And you know what I'm going to focus on? I'm going to build my road to Chichester. Oh, okay. Stuff's happening. We've got some unprofitable buildings still. Building is open. There's a lot of stuff going on there. They are over time actually becoming more profitable, so I'm just going to ignore that. I feel like that's just a ping. Now I would technically need to do my balance so that it automates my finances. And now we're good again, so I'm going to leave it doing that. Oh, right. Hello. Here we go. The King of France has demanded that we return Sir Robert d'Artois, who has taken refuge in our court and has lately become a trusted advisor for King Edward III Plantagenet. We should act in defiance of the French king. They may move to confiscate the Duchy of Aquitaine. So it begins. During his time in the English court, Sir Robert has argued that King Edward III Plantagenet should be the rightful ruler of France with his Capetian lineage through his mother, Dame Isabella the She-Wolf Capet. With the previous declaration of Salic law to enthrone King Philippe VI, the fortunate de Valois was illegitimate. As such, this may serve as an opportunity to claim the throne of France for yourself, defy the French king, and make preparations to invade France. The French court will see this as a violation of Edward III's vassal obligations and may move to confiscate the Duchy of Aquitaine. Yeah, because technically the English king at the time was the Duchy of the French king because the English king was the Duke of Aquitaine, which was under the French crown. Granting them cause on all Aquitanian locations. We will gain cause on on Sir Robert's claim to the county of Artois in the province of Arras, along with the province of Amiens. Should we conquer portions of Artois, we will grant Sir Robert these territories and make him a vassal. We change societal values by +10 towards belligerent, currently 25 towards belligerent, and changing 0 a month towards conciliary. We get invasion of France preparations for 10 months. We gain +25 army tradition. We gain a conquer the throne of France, casus belli for France for 4 years. Cores are basically a great way to take land without issues. Okay. Right. Right. Let us defy the French king! So it begins! We have an unpressed casus belli. So am I now going to be prompted to press this again? Or like to press the war? Or is it going to pop up saying, hey, we should probably go attack? Or is it on me now to try and do it? I mean, what we should do is wait for the war chest to be completed because we've got 4 years, right? Can I ally with Provence? Is a very good question. I cannot offer an alliance because they do not like me very much. Provence would need to pay to maintain the relation. I can't do a royal marriage with them, so that's unfortunate. You reckon I could bring Aragon into it? Nope. Brittany are under the French king, so I can't do anything there. The Vinois? No, we can't really get much there. Oh, the reason to accept are only minus 22, so maybe we can improve that. I need to try and find like the strongest. Form a new defensive league, can't do anything there. These are small. Brabant has a decent army, yeah. That's actually pretty decent. Minus 19.64. Do you reckon we can improve that? Do you reckon we can improve that? Right, well, we are going to need to spend some time going through who our potential allies are going to be as we now prepare for war with France. And that's at Casus Belli. And that is going to be the basis of our second episode. Setting up who we're going to ally with, marching our forces, and kicking off the 100 Years' War. So, for those watching on YouTube, I hope you've enjoyed this first episode of very much a Let's Learn EU5 Let's Play with me. Completely incompetent Heart X10. No, I don't. It could have been worse. Could have been worse. Apart from the whole Magna Carta ripping up thing, I think it's gone okay. But yeah, I know this has been a fairly slow start. I'm hoping that episodes 2 and 3, we will slowly but surely start ramping things up, at least certainly from a military perspective. So yeah, I hope you'll tune in to more, be it live in the live streams or the edited recordings. But until the next one where you've been watching, I hope you've enjoyed. Take care, and big thanks to Paradox for sponsoring, and ciao for now.